6,300 veterans died by suicide in 2021. 82 of those were right here in Arkansas.
Yeah, and a Bald Knob native almost became part of that statistic.
I injected heroin, which wasn't even my drug of choice, in an attempt to kill myself.
On the brink of death, this veteran decided he actually didn't want to die, but he just didn't know any other way out. And now he's using his experience to save others.
Come on, Layla.
Playing fetch outside in the backyard is one of the things that gives Michael Brooks solace.
To be able to have that now and to have a comfortable home and life, it's amazing.
It's something Michael never thought would be possible. That's because just 7 years ago, this is what Michael looked like, addicted to meth and living in his car.
It was probably the worst time of my whole life. I lost every connection I'd ever had.
So let's rewind to how Michael got here. In 1999, the Bald Knob native enlisted into the Army National Guard when he was a junior in high school.
It's just something I'd always wanted to do. I'd wanted to be a soldier since as early as I could remember.
1 month after finishing basic training, terrorists attacked the United States on September 11th, 2001. He was quickly sent overseas for 2 combat tours in Iraq.
We saw quite a bit of combat in those early years. It was pretty rough.
But it was this second tour that changed his life forever. His mission was to clear improvised explosive devices on routes.
There was an IED in the road that we didn't see, and it detonated, and shrapnel flew into the turret. I was in the gun turret, and I took shrapnel on my hip, collapsed. There was a small skirmish, and then I was medevaced out.
He stayed overseas for 2 more weeks, and then
I went back out on another mission and was detonated on again, and actually received a brain trauma that got me sent home.
He spent time in a military hospital surrounded by pain meds.
I can remember having 16 medications when I was 25 years old.
And that's when his troubles became worse.
In 2007, a lot of veterans were getting overprescribed medications. It was just a thing that was happening. I fell into that group.
He was medically discharged from the military in 2009.
And when I lost my career and my purpose and came home to Bald Knob, Arkansas, I did like a lot of other veterans did, unfortunately, and I fell into the addiction trap where I felt like I didn't have a purpose or a mission, and all I did was basically get high.
That addiction transitioned from pain pills to meth. He can still see the track marks on his arm left behind from injections. And then one day in 2017, after being homeless for nearly a decade, he was ready to end it all.
I injected heroin, which wasn't even my drug of choice, in an attempt to kill myself.
For 23 hours, Michael laid on a cold floor of an abandoned building, suffering through an overdose.
I remembered as I was passing out from the injection, I knew I'd overdosed. And as I was blacking out, I remembered begging God, like, if somebody could come in here and save me right now, I don't really want to die, I just don't know what to do.
No one came, but he did survive, and then decided now was the time to change his life. With the help of a friend, he founded a nonprofit called We Are the 22. That number is significant because at that point, statistics showed 22 veterans died by suicide every day. We Are the 22 provides a hotline to veterans in crisis in Arkansas. It's not only impacting the veterans who are struggling, but those who have joined the mission as well.
The veterans who have signed up to do the mission, a lot of them were wounded like myself or disabled and didn't have a purpose, and we give them a uniform, we give them a purpose, training, and they're able to go into their communities and make a difference again like they did when they served.
After leading the nonprofit for 7 years, Michael is now stepping back from his organization because he recently had brain surgery. But he can't help but be moved to tears when he sees all that has changed in his life in the past 7 years.
I went from a homeless veteran, about 8 years ago, completely homeless without a care. I'm now married, have a home that I just bought, a beautiful lake house. The organization that I founded is successful, and it's going to work into the future.
Now he's searching for his next mission in life while reflecting on those his nonprofit has helped and will help in the future.
And if you are a veteran in crisis, help is available 24/7 through We Are the 22. Just call that number there on your screen, 855-932-7384, or you can always go to wearethe22.org. Once you call, a 2-person team of veterans will deploy to your house and help you through the storm.